How to create animated cartoon videos in Canva tutorial for beginners. In this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about Canva and how you can create your very own animated cartoons in the easiest and most simplest way possible, okay? We're going to be talking about it in great detail, okay? And what we are going to be doing is we're going to go ahead into our main worthy schemes in great detail. Okay, now the best part about Canva is that it's totally free and it allows you to create any type of design you want, and animated cartoon videos is one of them. And I'm going to be going ahead in great detail, and I'm going to be going ahead and using all the design schemes that I can to show you how cartoon animated videos are actually created. Okay, and you can make any type of different walk cycle you want. You can, add morph effects and add pretty much any type of animation that can possibly be added into a cartoon animated design. Okay, so to start yourself off with this, first of all, what you are going to want to do is obviously you're going to come over to your Canva, and in your Canva, what you're going to do is you're going to go to search your content, and we're going to search up video. Okay, and once you're in video, you're going to open that up. You're going to click on create a blank video. And once you click on create a blank video, this is going to open this blank space for you. Now, once this is opened up, you're going to go over to elements. And here you're going to search up character. Okay, because obviously we are going to want a character in our movie or, whatever we're creating. So once you search up character, first of all, you're going to want to make sure that you're going to go into your graphics and you're going to add the animated filter, because if it's not animated, you will not be able to create a proper cartoon video. All right, so once you have added your animated character, just pretty much choose anyone, but obviously you are going to want to make sure that they have a full body view, so we can actually show them walking or doing something. All right, let's go and add something like a walking guy or a walking person. So yeah, let's go ahead and add this. Okay, now this is an astronaut. Okay, so obviously whatever astronaut we have, we're gonna go ahead and make sure that this astronaut is in space. So for space, we're gonna choose a background color for ourselves. Let's go ahead with a darker blue. Okay, now that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty nice, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding the necessary correct templates. So once this is done, what you're going to do from here on out is basically you're going to add some text over it. But obviously for a space looking thing, we're going to go ahead and write something like galaxy in this section over here. And obviously in our galaxy, what you can do is you can pretty much add all of these different components into your design. So let's say I'm going to add this. Okay, I'm going to add this ecosystem over here, and we're going to add another planet right next to it. And you can, add all of these different things in your design. Obviously, I'm going to position it to the back. And you can, don't have to make it that big. You can clearly make it smaller if you want to. But, that depends on you. So look at this. Even right now, it looks like a proper space design. It looks pretty nice. It looks pretty cool. And I like the look of it. Now over here, obviously the astronaut won't just be going through space. We're going to make sure to go ahead and give this little guy a spaceship. So I'm going to either add rocket or, go ahead and write spaceship, whatever you want. And once we have, added something like this, you're going to make sure that it's a more subtle looking spaceship. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's add this one over here. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it smaller. And obviously I'm going to make it considerably larger than the man we have over here. And I'm going to keep it right along this guy over here. Okay, Now, once we have these things up and running, we're going to add our text, because we're wanting to make an animated cartoon video. So let's say I'm going to add a heading with a good font. So let's go ahead with this font over here. Looks pretty cool. So I'm going to delete that out, and we're going to write welcome to, and down here we're going to write space. Welcome to space. Now, once you've added this, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make the design considerably smaller, okay? Because obviously we don't want it to be that big. Make sure to centralize it. So here we have it. Welcome to space. Right as we are over here, you can change the text color because it isn't considerably matching. This looks good. So welcome to space. And obviously to animate this specific thing as well, you can, add a typewriter effect over here. So basically this is what the video is going to look like. And obviously if you want to animate most of these things, let's say I'm going to go ahead and click on this element and click on animate, and here you can click on create an animation where you can specifically animate this specific design. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring it here, okay, right here. Make sure it's somewhere where you can actually grab it, so don't take it too much out of the design. Go on animate, click on create an animation, click on it, and just bring it here. So look at this. It becomes an animation and comes into your design. Same we can do with the astronaut. So I'm going to go ahead, click on animate, click on create an animation, and just like this, you can have this very own animation. So look at that. We have this space astronaut just orbiting in the space. So now if we go ahead and play the animation, here we are, welcome to space, where we have our astronaut, we have our rocket, and it looks pretty cool. It's a pretty good design scheme that we have over here. Now what you can do is you can just copy all of these components, okay, bring it to the next design over here, paste it up. Obviously we are going to want to make sure to add the galaxy in the background as well, because we can't leave the galaxy, okay? The galaxy is the main lookout of all of this. So I'm gonna paste it, and look at that, there it's added. Now again, you're gonna position it for going to the back, and now you're gonna add your design appropriately. We have this over here, and bring it here, and you're gonna do the same with the spaceship that we have just about here. I'm gonna bring all of these things in harmony. There we go. And we have this. Now I'm going to remove the text, and what's going to happen is the astronaut is, in retrospect, going to go over to this planet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to add an animation to this astronaut, and I'm going to go ahead and remove this specific animation off of here. And I'm going to take this astronaut right behind this, okay? And we're going to have this spaceship. We're going to remove the path for this as well. And I'm going to have the spaceship go with this person straight to this planet as well. Okay, so once that is done, you can actually see the animation. Okay, here we have welcome to space. And once we have welcome to space, here we have the next cut where this person goes over to this planet. All right. Now you can add another page, and this page could be dedicated to the actual planet and how it looks. So I'm going to add galaxy. And according to that, let's say I'm going to choose a scenery for the planet. All right. So for the scenery of the planet, let's go with some type of road like this one over here. And you can pretty much increase its size. Okay, and have this person just orbit the planet as you do. Okay, and right over here we're gonna choose these different designs that are orbiting the sky. You have this black hole going on, or any type of design you want to add. Again, I'm gonna position it to the back. I have this over here, and then we're gonna add this stardust right above here, and you can generally give it a orbiting look right here at the top. Okay, make it bigger, and there we go. So, you can add these types of consistent designs into your, main Outlook. And now what we're going to do is we're going to copy our astronaut buddy, and we're going to bring this buddy over here. Now, once this person is over here, do make sure to delete its path. And once you've done that, first of all, we're going to make sure that this astronaut, orbits the planet he is on. And, we have to make sure that this guy is going towards something. Okay, I'm going to make sure that this is right here. We're going to position it to the back. Okay, and I'm going to take down its opacity just a little so that, we can see that it's somewhere back in the background. You can also add your very own asteroid down over here, just to give it some cool little design. And now I'm going to add a spaceship right here that this person is going to. So the spaceship is parked on the planet, and now you're going to add an animation to this guy. Okay, and this guy basically comes here right along the spaceship. So obviously it's space and gravity, so he will jump and he will orbit around the spaceship. He will orbit around the station. So once you've added that regular design scheme, let's go ahead and actually see this video from the start. So we're going to go ahead and play it up. So welcome to space. Okay, we have our astronaut buddy orbiting down the space with a spaceship. They went over to this planet. Okay, and once they went over to this planet, obviously you can see this clip is considerably a little longer, so we're going to shorten it up. Okay, and now if you play the clip, there they go over to the planet, and it's a 1 to 2 second pause, and now you move over to the actual planet this person is on. Now this person goes over to this spaceship. Okay, and now what we can do is we can pretty much go ahead and duplicate this page. Okay, and on this page, let's go ahead and delete this guy's path. Okay, let's delete this guy in general, because now he is in the spaceship, and what's going to be happening is this person is going to fly off in the spaceship. So we're going to add an animation to the spaceship where the spaceship is going to, pretty much fly off. So the spaceship is gone now. The person rode off in the spaceship. That's, I'd say that is a good design. I'm going to duplicate this page. I'm going to bring this page over here. Okay. By the way, yeah, you can sort pages according to whatever sorting you want to go with, just like this. I'm going to remove that, remove the astronaut, and I'm going to take the spaceship. There we are. Copy it up, bring it here into our next page. I'm going to paste it right about here. And once we paste it, obviously you are going to want to make sure that it basically is flying off of the planet. So what I'm going to do, again, we're going to create our animation. And just like that, the spaceship is going out. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on Add Page. And over here, we're going to basically show asteroids. We're going to show asteroid showers. But before that, obviously, you're going to have to set a proper, background for the space areas that this person is basically gliding through. So I'm going to make these bigger. There we go. And I'm just going to add one more design over into it. It's like this one right here. So now what's happening is, there's a meteor shower. There's an asteroid or meteor shower coming straight to our guy. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the asteroid is animated. And once I'm going to choose this one, once we choose this one, let's say we're going to go ahead to the astronaut guy right about here. And we're going to paste the spaceship that he's flying in. Okay. And what's going to happen is the asteroid is going to collapse with the spaceship. So I'm going to animate this to move over here. Okay. I'm going to animate this to basically go ahead and hit the spaceship. So once this happens, what we are going to do is exact at this moment, we're going to add an explosion. All right. So I'm going to do done for all of that. And right at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and add explosion. Okay. And also we are going to want to make sure that the explosion is animated so it looks kind of real. So I'm going to add this over here. Okay. And obviously you can choose a separate time frame for this explosion to come in. You can choose a specific time you want the explosion to arrive. All right. So I'm going to go over to animate. You can, add the explosion as you go on. And specifically for this design, you can choose the time it comes into. So now that we're over here, you can play this. Okay. There we go. So specifically for this one design, if you want a specific time for this, okay, if you want a specific time measure where you're going to want to add this, you are pretty much going to go ahead and make sure that the animated layer is, added correctly. So for that, what you're going to do is you're going to add a transition where it's basically going to fade in. Okay. It's either going to fade in or it's going to blur in, or you can add a tectonic looking, design. I'm going to fade it in, and you can choose the correct time. Okay. You can choose the actual time you want it to arrive. Okay. And you can accordingly set the speed. And I'm going to go ahead and add the speed on exit. And if we come over here, we're going to go ahead and play this up. And now you're going to see that when they collide, the animation is going to play in. So once this is done, obviously we're not going to have it on a bad ending. We're simply going to send our astronaut on a parachute. Okay. So we're going to choose the astronaut. Okay. We're going to bring the astronaut into our design. And now, we're going to go ahead and make sure to choose a parachute. Okay. Now, once you've gone with the parachute, obviously make sure that it's not just a static element. We're going to have this parachute right onto us. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a little cooler looking parachute. Let's just go with this. Okay. And obviously you're going to go ahead, position the parachute to the astronaut's back. And what we're going to do is we're going to group them together so that, wherever they go, they're together. And once this is done, we're going to go ahead and add an extra planet. Okay. And once we have some certain planet, let's just keep it on Earth. Okay. So this astronaut is just going to go over ahead to Earth. So we're going to go to custom. We're going to delete its former path. And you're simply going to go ahead and add this astronaut to come down. And obviously you are going to want to make sure that the elements are grouped together. So create an animation. And once you create an animation, you're going to take this astronaut straight into Earth. And yeah, after that, you can go ahead and choose to add more animations, but you can just end it right there and then. So if we were to go ahead and view, there we go. Welcome to space. All right. And after we have welcomed our audience to space, you can see the astronaut went to a planet. Once the astronaut has gone over to the planet, the astronaut found a UFO spaceship. You can see the meteor already coming in the back. The astronaut does not notice it, sits in the UFO, and flies off. Now, once the astronaut flies off, you can see him flying out of the orbit. And once he goes into an empty space, there a meteor hits him and it crashes. And once it crashes, basically the astronaut then ejects himself and lands onto Earth in the safest way possible. So yeah, that is basically how you're going to go ahead and animate a cartoon video through Canva for yourself in the easiest and most simplest way. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, do let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be making a whole lot more for you. Till then, that is all from me, and I'll be seeing all of you in the very next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.